Okay, y'all, I'm gonna try to do a very quick review on last Saturday's movie, The Wedding Season. It's the kickoff of June weddings, and it's the first time June weddings has been back since the pandemic started. So it's been about 3 years. Now, Megan doesn't like June weddings. I always tune into them. But one thing that made me really want to tune into June weddings this year was the fact that we're going to get weddings of different cultures. I think next week's movie will be Greek. I think there's going to be a Jewish wedding. I think there may be some sort of Indian wedding coming up from the commercials that I saw. So I already love the weddings, which is funny because I don't love weddings in real life. But apparently I'm still into Hallmark's June weddings. And so the first one up was The Wedding Season. I'm giving The Wedding Season a 7 out of 10. It could have been great, but Hallmark kind of dropped the ball in certain areas. Give me a second so I can tell you. This was the first couple that got married. So basically the premise of The Wedding Season is there are 3 couples getting married, one weekend behind the other in the same hometown. They all went to high school. The 4th friend is going to be the bridesmaid in all 3 weddings. And in her best friend's wedding, she is going to be the maid of honor. So she's also a writer, and she's got all these weddings that she now has to be part of. And we watch the journey of 3 couples. Now, first of all, if any of my friends are going to all get married in the same month, back to back to back, y'all miss me with all that because there's not enough alcohol in the cabinet for me to be able to attend all these weddings and focus, okay? And then to be in bridesmaid dresses. Now, I will say none of the bridesmaid dresses were terrible, so I was happy about that. But I was still kind of confused of why 4 women in a friend group would even do this and why this even made sense. But Hallmark just decided to step out the box with The Wedding Season. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. They stepped out the box and they fell off a cliff, if you ask me. Okay, hold up. Okay, so like I explained the premise, Trish, who is played by Stephanie Bennett, is a writer who is on the verge of wanting to be promoted, and she's given her first feature, which is her friend's 3 weddings, to follow these 3 couples as she maneuvers being a bridesmaid and then write an article. She doesn't really know what her feel is going to be. Does she believe in love? Does she not believe in love? Trish has been a little bit non-committal. Enter Ryan, played by Casey Diedrich. He basically is her best friend Peterson's brother. And by the way, Trish goes by Patterson and her best friend is Peterson. That really had me so tripped up, Patterson. But all the way through grade school and I think most of grade school, and I think all through high school and some of college, I'm known by my last name as well. So I understood the Peterson-Patterson thing. I really love that Trish's best friend was a man because my best friend is a man. Shout out to my BFF. So, anywho, all these folks are getting married back to back to back, same hometown. And I don't know how Trish is going to do it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I am not a drinker. I'm a special occasions drinker. But isn't a wedding a special occasion? So I don't really be doing dry weddings because a wedding is the one time I am certain to need a glass of wine or a glass of champagne because I'm not going to make it through all of these, shenanigans, at the same time without a little bit of liquid courage. I don't know what it is. Something about weddings make me want to drink. Y'all let me know if that's what's happening for you. Anyway, Ryan agrees to be Trisha's date to all 3 weddings. And it turns out he ends up being the guy that helps her complete all her duties as a bridesmaid for all 3 weddings. First couple goes through gets married with just a small little hitch. An album and, an authentic album from when they got married, the song of their first dance. It broke because of Trish. So Ryan helps her get another copy of this very unique song in album form within the time span before the couple has their first dance. Okay, so couple 1 gets married. That little album break thing was not a big deal, and it goes off without a hitch. Now we're up to couple 2. Couple 2, one's a lawyer. The other one's a doctor. The doctor needs to go overseas for his job. The lawyer is on the partner track. These two are going at it, and it turns out this couple figures out they don't need to be married. Perfect couple, wrong time was their theory. I actually like seeing that sometimes things do happen. You don't always break up or separate because things are horrible. Sometimes it's bad timing. And at this point, the second couple decides that they really find their careers to be more important than put their relationship before. The doctor wants to go overseas, and the lawyer, she wants to stay on her partner track. And they both deserve the right to do that. So the second wedding didn't work out, and we got to see that. Trish was a little disappointed, but she supported her friend's decision. On to the third wedding, which is her best friend's wedding, Peterson's wedding. And he's been away on a work trip and kind of left everything to his fiance to finish. So Trish was really on her BFF's behind about being more caring and supportive to his wife to be, because he left a lot of stuff on her, towards the wedding. This is the thing. I hate when all the bridal planning is left to the women, because or one party, depending on who your partner is, because I really feel like weddings are stressful. I've been in 3, and up close and personal, I can see like it's like a disaster. So if you're a man and you're watching this, we do want you to participate. You do need to hold your load, because I think how you plan the wedding is just an indication of how the marriage is going to start off. Baby, are you going to leave me with all the responsibilities and just up and leave on a work trip? It's our day, our wedding, so I want it to be me and my boo's vision, not just my vision. So men or other partners who are not active in the wedding planning, be active. You don't have to be controlling, but ask the partner that's planning the wedding what they need from you, and show up and show out. So third wedding happens after a lot of forgiveness, for Peterson being out of town. He gets married. Trish is there to smile. And now we're left with this issue. Ryan is a photographer, and an international photographer, and he finally gets the offer to go overseas to a country he's always wanted to go to. This is the job of a lifetime, but he realizes he's started to fall in love with Trish. When he goes on these trips, he may be gone for a couple of months. I don't even know, maybe a couple of years, not really sure. Trish is nailing her writing career. She can't just up and go overseas. So we see that this new couple is forming, and they're falling for each other, but what are they going to do? So Ryan ends up giving up his job so he can be with Trish. Now, in the Hallmarky comments on Facebook, some of the Hallmarkies said, why did it need to be either or? This was a particular couple where they could have actually compromised, because they're not engaged yet. The stakes are higher when you're engaged. They're not engaged yet. They're just getting to know each other. And it's a lot to give up for somebody. Give up your dream job for someone you really are just starting to fall for, someone you're just getting to know. I kind of agree with the Hallmark Facebook channel, Hallmarkies, but this didn't need to be an either or thing for Trish and Ryan. There should have been a middle ground where he could have his dream job and she could have her dream job, and they could be together. But if Hallmark had to spin it, I'm okay with a man giving up his dream for once and supporting his woman, and that's exactly what Ryan did. I'm definitely giving Wedding Season a 7 out of 10. It was just, there were some lessons there, but there was some awkwardness. First of all, Casey, aka Ryan, is a really tall guy. You guys may know him from Very Merry Bridesmaid. That movie wasn't good either. He's a super attractive man, but he looks like he's about somewhere between 6'3" and 6'5". And poor little Trish was down here, so every time he hovered over, he was towering. And y'all noticed too, it was like he was gonna eat her all the way up. Ain't nothing wrong with being eat up by a tall man though, but that's all I'm gonna say. So there was some awkwardness in the movie. With the chemistry, the writing, there were some parts that fell flat. The couple that didn't decide to get married, I think that was like the best decision for them, and it was good to see. So 2 out of the 3 couples got married. We've seen this before where they have a wedding every weekend. I think that was that movie, and it was like 4 weddings in a weekend these 2 people had to go to, and they fell in love while they were going. We've kind of seen this premise before. So Hallmark, I really hope y'all put your foot in June weddings because Megan is not feeling it. And I am still thinking this could be great, especially since you're going to be covering wedding traditions from different cultures. All right, it's KJM. That's my review for wedding season. Yeah, it was long, but I'm really hoping that June Weddings is going to do what it's supposed to do and take it up a notch. All right, Hallmark, I'm keeping my eyes on you, and I'm out.